Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Lunar Podcast. So, the topic of this week is going to be good and evil. Now, this is a very interesting topic in which, many great works of literature have been written. Both philosophy and stories are, rooted in this idea of the difference between good and evil, and the ability for us to come to an understanding as to how we can sort of process these energies within the world. So this episode is going to be on the topic of good and evil. So within anthroposophy, Rudolf Steiner proposed or presented a really interesting model, which is, good and evil is not just two sort of ends of a spectrum. It's actually three, because evil has a polarity. Evil has two aspects. It has a expanding characteristic, and it has a contracting characteristic to it. So evil in its expansive form is what he call something that is luciferic, something that is reckless. So, when you see people just being reckless, just going out and, only really caring about themselves and doing what it is that they want to do at the expense of everyone else around them, this is what we may call someone being reckless. Well, that is the expanding form of evil, right? And a perfectly good example of this is Hitler, right? He is this sort of perfect, model for evil. He had this vision of doing what it is that he thought was, the solution for the world, right? So that's a good example of evil, right? Now there is the contracting aspect of evil, which is, or the more sort of the inactive part of evil, which is when we sort of cave into our own sort of insecurities and feelings of inadequacy, and we don't feel worthy, and we're basically in a state of what we may normally call someone being a coward, afraid to speak up, afraid to act, afraid to do anything because, and this is the contracting aspect of evil, right? So those are the two polarities of evil. The expanding aspect is the reckless part of evil, and then the contracting aspect is the sort of someone being a coward, afraid of the world, afraid of his own shadow, right? Now, in order to be good occurs in the middle, right? When you find the balance in between being reckless and and the other side of being a coward, right? Good sits in the middle, right? A good example of this are firefighters, right? Firefighters are trained to step into burning buildings, and they know how to manage the situation. They are trained how to put fires out, right? And how to bring things back to stability. So that is the actions of good, right? Being good, you ride the balance in between, someone that is reckless and someone who is a coward. You sit in the middle, you find the balance in the middle, in which you act like a firefighter. You are skillful, you understand the situation, you're not affected by it. You don't allow the heat of things, the fear of the world, or the hate of the world, or the ignorance of the world to really infiltrate you and really possess you, right? You know how to engage a world that is literally burning, right? So that's the depiction of good, right? So this is just a brief introduction into like this theory of good and evil from Rudolf Steiner's perspective, which is very interesting, where evil is the balance between being reckless, and being a coward, right? So being good, you're right in the middle, like a firefighter. You know, you step into the fire of the hate of the world, of the ignorance of the world, of the delusion, and you know the and everything that's going on, and you act skillfully in that world, and that is a depiction of good.